What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome, everybody except for Ronald Isley, to the den, discussing everything naturally. I'm your host at Honcho. We have plenty to speak on this evening, and should be very, very interesting, right? Like I said, I'm gonna minimize videos. No video, no crazy videoage tonight, you know. And at first I was thinking, we had such a great stream yesterday, talking about all the nostalgia and the television viewing habits that we once possessed. And I almost was going to do something again similar tonight, but I said, you know what? We have bigger fish to fry. We have to discuss what's going on in the great state of Texas. So before we get into that, let us see who is joining us this evening. And then we'll talk about it. Should be a very interesting stream. Denline will be open. I'll try not to make it an hour. So, we can call, we can talk, we can discuss so many interesting things. Discussing everything naturally means that no agenda, no plot, and no restrictions for the most part. Just not trying to, as if we were having a personal conversation in a real den somewhere. So maybe an opium den somewhere. Maybe that would be, I don't know. Anyway, let's get into it. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. It's strong. I know there's a few folks in there earlier. Shout out to Culture, aka the Dawn of the Discord, the lovely Miss Sarah Lou, the lovely Miss Cartier. How are you doing this evening? Kenneth Cologne, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Culture, the Dawn of the Discord. Six Flags. Yeah, it was a theme park. We used to have Astroworld. I don't even want to talk about that. We're going to talk about the real problems in Texas. Why is there no theme park in the city? 17, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Bell, Northern style. I don't drink sweet tea. Nicely. Adam, what's the motherfucking deal? What's going on? Suburban Cowboy, what's the motherfucking deal? King Jaja, the Cowboys and Mavericks fan. What's the motherfucking deal? DeWanda Willis. I agree. And that is going to be something we're going to get into here in a bit. DeAndre, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi's here. So there's that. If you're into that kind of thing. I don't know who he is. Anyway, so there's a few things that took place in the great state. What the fuck happened to my damn pen? This is bullshit. It's right here. That's what happens when you have too many black things on a black area of a desk. Yeah. I should clean my glasses. Anyway, so a few things took place, right? And so we shall discuss the most important ones, right? Texans now have the ability, I know some states are like, really? That's it, bro? Goddamn alcoholics. Texans now have the ability to buy beer and wine before noon on Sundays. So you can get drunk before you go to church. Not only after, right? So, if you didn't pre-plan and you didn't get your beer before the game, the game starts early, you're kind of like in a rush. Well, now that problem has been taken care of. So, I haven't heard much pushback on that from either side. So, there's that thing. Travis, what's the motherfucking deal? Another thing, another very interesting thing that many have opinions on. Well, actually, this one didn't get passed. This is actually a bill that's going. I can't remember to the House. Anyway, basically limiting some of the voting access, right? No drive-through voting, which people say, oh, you're hindering those people who are handicapped. It's not true. You can still curbside vote. You just can't drive-by vote. No drive-bys. People who are giving applications for mail-in ballots to those who did not request them, that's a no-go. There's a couple other things that go on with that. I think they said they're limiting the Sunday voting and some other stuff. And so people are saying, oh, you guys are trying to stop the POCs, right? And I've been saying I'm going to start at TikTok, but POCs, right? It's always used by the woke people. But isn't POC like really the most racist shit you can say? Because by calling people POCs, one, we get it. You're segregating the white man. Some people may feel like, that's what they deserve. They've been inhabited. And some people say, it's not right. That's racism in itself. But aren't you dismissing the individual story of each POC when you lump them all into one, right? So aren't you neglecting their individual battles? It's racism, man. Stay woke. Anyway, fuck all that shit. Anyway, saying that you're limiting the POCs, black people is what they're saying. Because, we all know what it is. Niggas don't really give a fuck about voting. Unless there are cornbread and chicken wings being given away at the polls, right? Those are the tangibles that niggas give their votes away for. That was Georgia, not Texas, though. Anyway, so they're saying that mail-in ballots and all these things are hindering black people from voting. This has never been a problem until extremely recently, right? That we've had some questionable activity. And they're saying, again, you still people say there's no proof of election fraud, even though we see lots of stuff in various states, but they say they audited the machines and all this other stuff, even though those same individuals said there's no proof of it, said many years ago that these machines were capable of being finagled. So a little bit of restrictions on the voting rights, certain ID requirements for mail-in ballots. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk that IDs were racist? Right? Niggas can't get IDs. If that is not the soft bigotry of low expectations, how do niggas get in the club? Every nigga and their mama in the club every other weekend. Do they not check IDs at the clubs? And these clubs need to be shut down. I mean, how are niggas driving? Niggas don't own cars. Niggas don't have vehicles. They cannot drive. Because that would require them to identify themselves, right? Any other legitimate aspect of society requires you to have some form of identification. Yet, somehow, some way, you don't need an ID to have a say-so in the future of your city, state, and or country, right? Because it's too difficult. You vote every 2 years or so, depending on what you're talking about, right? In those 2 years, if it was that important to you to have a say-so, you would think that you would have some way of getting your ID. And when I didn't want to get it, I still got it, right? I was enjoying the holdover that they were having for the Rona, not having to renew your ID. I was enjoying it until I couldn't enjoy it no more. And it still came extremely quickly. It didn't take very much time at all. Maybe took a week, if that. The next two things, and I'm going to save the best for last, right, that I want to mention. Open carry. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, yay, open carry. I got mixed opinions on it. I know permitless and no license, all that stuff. And things are going to happen. Here's the deal, right? Like, the niggas who was going to shoot. Right, regardless. They don't give a fuck about open, closed, casket, carry, whatever, any of that shit. Niggas go up to no good, I just hope you don't have a bunch of peons just like, I'm just gonna get my gun. I don't need to train. I don't need any kind of practice. I don't need any kind of trigger discipline, any of these things, right? I'm just gonna get out there and start bucking the system, literally. And you're gonna have those guys who think they're gonna save some type of situation and end up possibly doing more damage than good, but whatever. I don't really care. Also, I think open carry is kind of goofy, but I mean, it's Texas. Most likely got 4, 5 guns on. Not even gonna get into that. Uh, but I would think that it would be wiser to not let the whole world know that you're strapped. But some people just they want to because they feel like it's gonna deter trouble. But I don't think they understand niggas. Niggas go looking for trouble, right? And niggas will risk it all for the shenanigans. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh shit. Um the voicemail box is full. Some weird person called me. A lot of weird stuff happening on. It's crazy. But not been paying attention to my phone. That's crazy. Anyway, and so there's that. I'm not against open carry. I think, it is what it is. The Darwin's do his thing. But the thing that I've been seeing the most pushback on, the most irrational lines of thinking on, have been basically the heartbeat bill, right? 6 weeks, I think you have to determine whether or not you're going to do the dirty deed, right? And what I mean by that is have an abortion. And so the one argument that you always see, right? It's really ignorant to me is, well, you're gonna make her have her rapist baby. You're a piece of shit. How could you do that? Let her live with that disgust for the rest of her life. You're a terrible person, right? So I said, Honcho for the stream, let's go look at some stats with that place that everybody loves now, the CDC, right? The CDC, everybody loves the CDC. Let me see if I still got this page up. Do I got the CDC page up? Yeah. So I asked a question. I said, darn it. We talk about sexual harassment. We talk about, women being forced against their will. We talk about trafficking. We talk about all these things. But I said, how often? Because there's lots of cases of rape, right? But I'm like, how often have you heard of a woman actually having gotten pregnant from her attacker, right? I've known a few women who've had incidents, and some allegedly, some, yeah. But if I was to sit here and be honest, because we keep it straight and discuss everything naturally in a natural way, I have no agenda. They were not the most upstanding women in the world, right? They were not doing the most upstanding behaviors when these things occurred. So the potential for those type of situations to occur increase when you're doing those type of things. There goes Honcho blaming the victim again. So I looked it up. I'm like, how often does rape lead to pregnancy? This is like trying to get a straight answer on Deshaun Watson from a Texans coach. It's not really straightforward. So RRP is what it's called, rape-related pregnancy, right? And it says, let me pull this page up. Let me put the page up in the background so y'all can't say, Honcho's just making stuff up. Don't even believe it. That nigger's lying. Because y'all know y'all be coming out and say I hate women and all that other good stuff. Who is Tashibia Woods? I forgot that was even a thing. All right. Bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right. RRP, rape-related pregnancy, public health problem where sexual violence, SV, and reproductive health connect. The National Intimate Partner in Sexual Violence Survey, that is, say that 3 times fast. RRP includes pregnancy that a rape victim attributed to rape. Women, in particular, are vulnerable to the R word. No shit. Number of short-term consequences, injury, STIs, and pregnancy. Anyway, let's get the numbers. almost 3 million women in the U.S. experienced RRP during their lifetime. Lifetime can be a long span, right? And that's not just a number just thrown to the bus, but lifetime. Let's say women are good to go from, let's say, pretty young. I know girls who were pregnant in junior high. So let's say 14 to 40, right? What is that, like 26 years? All right. Um, that's a you divide that up. What happens if we divide that up, right? I'm just throwing stuff out here to make my argument look better. So just stick with me here. I didn't calculate this. I'm really doing this off the cuff. So I said no agenda, but I'm trying to form an agenda here. That's how you win. You wanna you wanna win in this world. You gotta have an agenda and push it. Push it. Push it real good. It's about 125,000 a year, right? And that's no small number, right? Then it says about 18 million women have experienced vaginal rape in their lifetime. Is just butt rape big problem? That's I would think. Look, if you're going anyway, this is not the time for making light of the situation. And a lot of times this is an intimate partner, right? So I think there's a different perspective some of us may have, and then again, when you take it by force, it's whether you are intimate, whether it's somebody you've been knowing or somebody you don't know. When you take it by force, it's a no-no. Then a lot of this is reproductive coercion, right? And I think words matter. Words matter a whole lot. Reproductive coercion is basically when you are intimate, but say the guy ghosts you. Not the ghosting that I don't answer your phone call. Ghosting pulls the rubber off. I don't know. Women cannot tell. Can you not tell? Anyway, I don't know. It goes from feeling like, I would assume, a dildo to like a hot flesh. Anyway, I am going too far. And then their partner tried to get them pregnant when they did not want to, or tried to stop them from using birth control, or reported that their partner refused to use a condom. If just not have sex then. So if they say 30%, right? And this is why I say the terms kind of get weird, because again, I'm gonna go with it, but I think that there's some other stuff going on here. Even then, so if you say 30%, it's about a little less than a third. Maybe those numbers drop significantly. Anyway, I'm trying to find out. And so I scroll through. There's really no straightforward number, right? You get 3 million, you get 18 million who have experienced rape, RRP in their lifetimes. So, anywho, right? And I'm looking for this. I should have looked up something else, because I should have looked up. Let me take this off the screen, right, real quick. Let's look this up, right? So that's in a lifetime. Maybe I should actually click on the thing. All right. In a lifetime, we're talking about like a 24-year span, right? This is give me something more recent, right? All right. So you're saying about in 2011 it was a little over a million abortions. Excuse me, 2017 about 850,000. And so I don't know. Like I say, the numbers really. The point I'm making. Right? Let me just get through this so we can take the phone calls. You're like, Honcho, I want to call in and talk. I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know. We'll see what happens when I do look at it. again, validating the rape argument is tough to me. Does it happen? Absolutely. But I would think in a situation like that, I know the intimate partner thing, and that can be such a skewed thing, right? It's a gray area. I'm not justifying it, but I can see where it could be confusing in a person's mind from both sides. But I would think, we know women are emotional creatures. They're not always logical, right? How long does Plan B work? What, like 72 hours afterwards or something like that? I don't know. Never used Plan B, so I don't know. I always go with Plan A. Pull out game on fleek. But no, like, to me, the number of RRPs or whatever you got going on, again, doesn't equate close to half, maybe not even necessarily a quarter of them. So the majority is bad decision making, right? But like I say, we live in a day and age where you have all these things. You have Plan B. So, hey, something terrible happened to you, hospital, go to your local pharmacist, pop a pill. I'm sure it's cheaper than any of these other services that are provided, right? It's not that much. They have generic Plan Bs that are extremely cheap. And then you don't have to go through the process. You don't have to go through any of the other things. This is America where you have a multitude of options. And so I say all that to get the RRP out the way. But you have women who use this shit strictly for birth control because they tend to fuck up. They tend not to plan. Some of them think they're going to trap the man, like, fuck you, bitch, I ain't finna be there for that shit. And then, they need a plan C. And like I said, you got condoms, you got birth control, multiple forms of birth control. You out there fucking, get the fucking shot. Like, get that, what's that, Depro something shot, I think. You got that fucking ring, got that weird shit that looks like fucking bull ring people. And so you got Plan B. And you always got the option to abstain, right? But that would be shame on you, right? You don't want to deal with it, then don't do it. But oh, that's a whole different argument. That's the Rona. Some Rona shit I was looking up. But people tell me I don't read, so I just don't talk about it. All right. Deeper maneuvering. There you go. Thank you, John. John's a very intelligent dude. I love he always has the answers. Yeah, that's true too. They were talking about the I relate the I think in there it said the percentages of it, within however many days and all that other stuff. Plan D make girls raise a kid. Yeah, we already know how many women can't find the ditties. Ken and HB, what's the motherfucking deal, John? My favorite New Yorker. Okay, yeah, the FBI. I didn't even think about that. So, Lise, what's the motherfucking deal? Chat's good. All right, we cool. We Gucci. All right. Quiz, what's the motherfucking deal? Was I secretly raped? I got a story to tell you guys. One time, I had a dog. It was a pit bull. I dropped some peanut butter on my crotch. I never wanted to tell this story. I got too close for comfort. I just didn't feel right. Stop animal cruelty. Reverse animal cruelty. Anyway. Trill. What's the motherfucking deal? You probably need a Trill. If I say something to me, the Trill gonna get out of there. So I'm catching up everybody late that I may have missed. Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for that terrible video you sent me, Heidi, from that terrible show. Transmitting, yeah, shit. in jail. Nobody gets raped in jail. Now prison, that's a whole different story. That's like a completely different story, right? Jail is like, you get raped in jail, bro. You just might be gay. that's that. Like, you don't spend enough time in jail. Jail's like a short amount of time. Prison is when you're doing the long term thing. Uh, you don't. That's when you're making bad decisions. So there's that. But you hear the stories from the dudes who talk about shit going from they're transferring and shit like that. They're not telling their stories. They're telling great stories they see. Uh, no, prison's the only one. Yeah, I gotta fix that Streamlabs shit. Every time it fucking does look like a little fucking anything, it fucking does some crazy shit. Yeah, that doesn't matter too if you're in a maximum or minimum camp out there, in a day camp. All right. So again, a lot of people upset about the rape thing, and they're just like, "Oh, this is Nazi Germany." Like, why don't you just plan better? Like, I don't understand it. Like, if you know that you're going to be sexually active, right? And you plan on being sexually active and don't want to use condoms, you're okay with STIs, then why don't you just say, hey, the burden is going to be on the woman. I'm sure you can get a lot of this stuff for very low cost or cheap. I'm sure it's cheaper than fucking baby formula. It probably takes less time you'd have to take going to the clinic to get that procedure done, right? Less invasive, I'm assuming. And I just do it. But then that would be like saying, oh, women take responsibility for their actions? No. How dare you? But again, this is just me. Again, only people I see dudes complaining, but again, they like the rape argument is invalid when it comes to abortion, right? Because there's several other solutions. If you knew you were raped and they did the test kit and there was sperm present, even the tiniest amount, fucking take the fucking plan B. Ain't no option. Pop a pill or fucking get your shit dug out of you, right? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, like I said, a lot of crazy motherfuckers, a lot of goofy shit. Oh, well. Is it very unfortunate? Yep, because there's going to be a lot of little welfare babies out there. But what is going to happen? Now, I don't know I don't know the full details of the little bounty thing. I think, what is it? If they find a doctor that's doing it and you snitch on them, you get like 10K, something like that. If it was just people who were doing it, I'd post up in the hood and snitch on everybody. I'd be the biggest snitch in the hood. Think about it. You snitch on 100 hoes, and it's 100 of them out there. You can do that in a year, bro. If all you have to do is if you could snitch on the people that were doing it and get paid 10K, I would move to the hood. Like, I would move to the projects. I'd never leave, right? I'd just be peeping out the windows, just be watching. I would snitch on 100 hoes, and then go buy a fucking Bentley, and leave the projects in a Bentley, and then be like, damn, I wasted all that money. I got to snitch on 100 more hoes. Anywho, Shannon's here. Time to end the stream. So, I'm going to open up the line, and we're going to talk. What? Justifying it again. The first time I justified it so well it never needed to be justified again. I'm always on the needle with that. Now, America's full of animals. Which one of them is, I forgot who it was. They had like the fucking recording studio. They had like some badass jails in fucking, one in place, I think it was Sweden. Motherfuckers had all kinds of, they had like little apartments. Like their punishment is just to be like away from society. I think like they just have them so far away from everybody else, like nobody comes to visit them. They're like on like a little water island. You know what I'm saying? They can see people like across the way. There's like no fucking gates or anything. Motherfuckers got like little apartments. There ain't no fucking jail. They can go in and out however they want to and shit. Canada legalized say Lee Raven making a small guy getting bullied instead. Yeah, well he should learn how to fight. He has an option, right? Learn jujitsu. Go to one of these Gracie places, right? Go to fucking Brazil and learn from Gracie, right? Use his brain, figure out a way to do something. I'm sure he's smart. Use his leverage, or maybe he should bite. All right, let me cut the line on. Let me make sure I got this. Yeah, that's disgusting. Sounds kind of Canadian. I mean, look, if you're gonna put people on lockdown like that, and you're not gonna let them connect and meet with people, next best option, right? I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You might as well let them have fun with their animals. Let them take it to the next level. And fucking moose wandering in your yard. There's nobody 6 feet around. Hey, just make sure that moose wears a mask. But then it wouldn't be a rapist, Heidi. If you asked a rapist to stop raping, then it wouldn't be a rapist. It doesn't even make any sense. Come on now. I thought you were better than that. You guys in here talking about soccer. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, Shannon. The animals are probably in more danger with you. I mean, we've heard some of your stories, Shannon. All right, so well, I already told y'all my thing about. And I know you're gonna say, "Andre, you're being racist." Single women, especially single white women that own large dogs. I have a theory. I've seen too many stories, and it's odd to me because usually women, what do they like? The little bitty dogs, right? They love treat like a little baby, you know. Single women, especially like Trill says, the unlucky looking ones that have large dogs. I'm just saying. Those are oh terrible. That's gonna be a video game. She's definitely dating that dog. Yeah, that's not probably the way I'd put it. I'd probably be like she's fornicating with that dog, but I guess dating that dog is a PC way to put it. Shannon, do you still have that cat at the Watch Projects? I have to find my sister. I think she used to stay in Watts. My half sister, but I don't ever really talk to. I think she's in Dallas now. I cut ties with her when she moved to Dallas. I'm just like, I don't fuck with Dallas. And I refuse to have any relative of mine being a Dallasite. So I cut ties with her. Which is really crazy though. You know what? Son of a bitch. It's been long. Those kids are probably like old now. I should go find her kids and then start a fucking GoFundMe because she has 2 sons. And my daddy's side of the family, genes must be fucking strong, right? They look like they could be my kids, right? And so I'm gonna say I'm a single dad, man, just out here trying to make it, well, they're not really my kids, they're like and I get fucking $250,000, right? We have the best fucking meet and greet ever, right? So I think it would be a great idea. That's how we do it. I figured it all out. That's like that fucking chick did, right? So lockdown. I mean, I'm telling you, people are doing some of the craziest shit in the world now, right? I guess I should put the fucking number up, right? I guess that helps. People doing some of the craziest shit in the world due to these fucking precautions, right? You'll see in Australia's got the worst. Like, they gave old dude a heart attack, still arrested him, fucking, while the police were having like gay parties at the fucking precinct. And then they're out arresting everybody. They kicked like some Asian dude off the job because he didn't have like his phone vaccination shit. And so he had to go home. And they're probably going to fine him so he don't get paid for that day's work. And then he's getting fined for it. Then there was another one. Like I said, dude was sitting in the park with his 3-year-old daughter because he didn't have a fucking mask and there's like nobody around. I think they arrested him. Oh, but have y'all heard the one story though? Have y'all heard the one story about the dude? He's a fucking pussy piece of shit. Like trying to get, and usually I'm like, team, go dad, get custody of your kid from the wife. But this dad is a biznitch. He like, she's not jabbed, right? So he basically had her on record, basically, I guess when he was at his house, I don't know if they were exchanging the kid or what, saying that he wasn't vaccinated. And so now he's using that in court to say that she's a neglectful mom and trying to get his kid. But like, well, I mean, it's like, come on, bro, they just made it to where the youth could get the poke and whatever you want to go, this way or that way. But I'm just like, bro, like, come on, do it. There's gotta be a better way. Like, that kid's probably better off with the mom than the dad. The dad's a fucking bitch. Like, I would always be, I'm usually pro dad. That's some of those dad we've seen in some of those videos we watched. My 3-year-old son knows that I'm a trans. But the dad didn't say shit. Oh, that was the lawyer that was on that video? Oh, okay. That's even terrible. Yeah, dad's a bitch for that. That's not the road. I wouldn't want my name attached to that. The lovely Miss K. Grace joining us. How you doing, Miss Grace? Oh, Shannon. I ain't even, hold on. Let me see that shit. See, Shannon, you know what? You're a real piece of shit for that, Shannon. I wasn't even looking. You tried to sneak me. Can't believe you do such a thing. What? I lost? Okay. There's always a remedy for that. Oh, let me fix this damn Streamlabs. That's annoying as fuck. Let me see what's going on here. Streamlabs has gotten out of control. It's doing too much. It has gone too goddamn far. We all know Trill is behind Streamlabs. So if anybody is mad at Streamlabs, just blame it on Trill. I'm saying that because he probably ain't here. Or you could always blame it on Broderick. Broderick's usually a good one to blame it on. What is this? Where's that thing at? Give me a second. I'm trying to figure it out. Here it is. The bot thing. Why is that on? Spam. No, it's not even on. Oh, okay, right here. That's that. I think it should be straight now. Let's check it out. All right. Hopefully it doesn't do that. It should be. Should be good. All right. Oh shit! I took away 3,000 from Shannon. My bad. I only meant to take 300. Oh shit! Oh, son of a bitch. My bad. My bad. Now you got to be a mod to be able to punish. I'm sorry, Shannon. I didn't mean to do you that. I meant to do you bad, but not that bad. I'll be nice. I'll give you your pistachios back. Oh man, I guess I got a little happy with the zero. All right, there we go. So yeah, I guess we put the number up. So anybody, if you have any thoughts on what's happening in the great state of Texas, whether you are pro Texas, anti Texas, you're just jealous. Just admit it, you're jealous. If you're not in Texas, you're just so jealous right now. Let's just do this. We'll do it like this. This because it's a little takes up a lot of real estate there. Yeah, see now everybody know that Shannon got that pistachio money that coming for your head. Um, but yeah, like I say, me, Roger, I wanted anybody else's opinion. Everybody, I wanted any opinion but Broderick's opinion. Now you just kind of ruined it. You just kind of ruined it. But I do agree. I do think Texas is being Texas. And again, what's going to happen though is either niggas gonna have to venture out and do what they need to do. But again, the most cost effective action just you might as well have your stash of fucking plan B. All you need some Henny and a plan B. All you need some Henny and a plan B. And you ain't gonna have to drive out of state or try to go find some. But you know niggas, bro. You know, especially black females. Notice I said females. I don't sure you ever talk about black women. Don't you disrespect our queens? Black females, will get caulk, not caulk, shot up their ass from an anonymous tranny in a hotel room, right? And not think twice about it. They might take the other thing too. Anyway, and then go out in society like it was normal, right? Like, yeah, I went to Dr. Miami, went to Dr. My Scammy. And they'll be lumpy and have silicone leaking out their ass cheeks to the fucking implodes and they die, right? They'll go to Mexico to get a Brazilian butt lift, not a Mexican butt lift. But here's the thing. Mexican women, you're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. I see a lot of Mexican ladies with the booty. You get it a booty fix. It's the Mexican booty lift because it don't look like the Brazilian. The Mexican booty lifts be hard as shit. You can see the hardness of the Mexican booty lift. So you know it's Mexican booty lift. The Brazilian butt lift got like some soft, jiggly action to it, and it's more like rotund. The Mexican butt lift be hard and like ovular. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing them. I be at the gym. I'm like, you tell who works out because, like I say, the thigh and all this stuff match, and the booty be kind of like hard, working out hard. Like not hard, but you can tell. But motherfucker be having like a weird shaped ass, but legs be all skinny, looking weird. And then you can tell someone be having like, I guess they went and got the whole like combo package, the Mexican butt lift, with the Mexican titty package. And I'm gonna be honest, just save your money, right? Just save your money and do it the right way. What's the motherfucking deal we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, what's going on with you, man? I just want to say that you right about the damn Mexican butlers, bro. That shit had me hypnotized at one point, bro. I was starting this new job and shit, bro. It was this one lady, bro. She was in her damn 40s, bro. I swear to God, she was looking like Jennifer Lopez in her damn 20s. I was like, bro, ain't no way in fucking hell. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody, she done got your ass, just like every other man that was looking too, bro. Like, she went to goddamn Mexico and paid 10 bands for that ass. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm telling
hey,
you.
yo, that shit hypnotized me, man.
She duped you with the Mexican. But that's the thing I've noticed, and it's a lot of the older Hispanic women that are doing. Like, I guess they like,
right.
I'm gonna get a man and keep a man one way or another, because it is crazy. I'm just like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Man, if I went in my right mind, I would have been like, hey, what you trying to do, man? You didn't got there for a reason, man. What you trying to do?
Oh, she trying to do something. Like you said, it's there for a
Yeah.
purpose. It's there for a purpose, man.
Fact. But man, speak on these damn Texas state laws.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for the gun laws, man, because shit's starting to get crazy. I think everybody should be able to have guns, in my opinion.
Mm.
That's just how I feel. Whether you crazy as fuck or you stay in the house, I think everybody should have a gun because it's 2021. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like the abortion thing, man, it's touchy. Like, I ain't a woman. I can't really tell nobody what to do with their body. Like, that's just not my role. I can't take sides. But man, some people gonna be feeling some type of way about that shit. Like you said, man, people gonna be driving out the state like shit to get that damn Plan B pill. I done seen this shit on this show called Shameless.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main characters, she got pregnant. The dude had went and did the deed up in there and everything. He didn't tell her to like 16 hours before it was too late for her to take the Plan B. She had to rush out of state to go take that damn thing. She went over 2 states because one state didn't even have it.
Mm.
Yeah, so shit gonna be fun and get wild. And you right, bro. If I was you, I would start moving into the fucking right now.
Yeah.
I'm setting up shop to snitch on every motherfucker that's gonna get that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 10,
Bro, I'm a
shit, 10 bands, I'll be sponsoring all the Mexican booty butt lifts. Shit, what, baby, you want to get that butt done? I got you. Hold on, let me snitch on one of these bitches real quick. I got you.
man, I'm be snitching worse than the Karen and the goddamn cook on, man. Stop playing.
Yeah.
But I would walk out that bitch, man. What's that dude from off of Don't Be a Menace to Society? The dude that was always begging around looking like a bum and shit. Fucking around and had a Mercedes and a Cadillac.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be that type of person right there.
Straight up.
Shit getting wicked.
Yeah.
Texas.
But like I said, this is a conservative state. And like I said, I think, you have certain people. I think what has happened too, especially with Texas, is that you've had a lot of, I forgot what they said the number was and over how many years, but it's been almost, I want to say it's close to almost 800,000. Like it's been a lot of Californians that have moved out. And it's like Texas is, they're trying to say it's becoming purple, but I think the red state roots are still here.
Purple.
Yeah, but it's just that
another civil war already happened.
Yeah, but I mean, you got one side is mainly gonna do a lot of complaining and bitching and craftery and tomfoolery, and you got a lot of other people on the other side are they're probably willing to go, more likely to be willing to go to war for what they believe in. Those would be the people, who are probably more likely to be harmed. And I'm not saying that I'm encouraging any violence or anything over just differences of views, but you got a lot of people out here who are promoting a lot of crazy things, and that's why I say I don't understand. Like, people leave certain states and areas where those beliefs were prevalent, and those places have kind of gone to shit, and it's not what it used to be, and then they want to take those same beliefs to a new place, and it's just like, well, the reason why you went to this new place, or this place is maybe more successful than the old place, is because of the way the people here carry themselves, their belief system, and the way they operate, as opposed to where it used to be. And so that's what I'm not saying that people got to go somewhere new and just get along with everything that they believe in, but those places work for a reason. Those places are having that success for a reason, but a lot of people don't see it that way. They want to take the shit that they like from where they used to be and try to apply it to the new place, and a lot of times that ends up, not being beneficial for anybody.
Man, you're right, but the way I see it is like, if you gonna go to another state because some bullshit, at least do your research on the state and the state laws. Like, certain shit's not gonna fly. Like, it's a whole different vibe. Like, my father told me, like, going up north and shit. Like, I'm from the south. Motherfuckers will look at you up north. They'll look at you. Well, they won't even look your way. They'll look down because they don't want to fuck with you. Like, that's damn near rude. Like, being in the south, like, you just say how you going, what's your day like, man. But it's just like a whole different type of world. Just like, the world just in a whole different state of fuckery. Like, I feel like we at the end of the world, low key.
Man, I mean, that's what I say. Also, like, depending on what you watch and depending on what you consuming, it could seem that way. But I think there's also a perspective. Some people who feel like, shit is just getting good. Again, it can seem very miserable. Like, say, especially with, if you watch a lot of media, if you watch a lot of news, because their job is to push the fear mongering.
Yeah, I try not to watch the news. That shit, do nothing but just pass on bad vibes
Mm.
to me, honestly. Like, I'll see somebody that got shot, and I'll be thinking about it in the middle of the day. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with the person that got shot.
Yeah.
They just send it. Yeah, that's just some bullshit.
Yeah, and that's
And I'll just avoid the news. Like, it was my iPhone would try and get me to have all the current situation going on. I deleted all those apps just because of that.
Yeah, as I say, I don't, man. I don't watch no news. Like I said, I hardly watch even like regular television now because, again, everything that's on TV, what is quote unquote entertainment, is death, violence, drugs, something crazy. Like that's the stuff that people get off on the most. But it's like you got to realize by watching those things, you're inviting that energy into your life. You know, even though it may be, oh, this is scripted and this is entertainment, but you're still finding enjoyment out of the actual actions that are taking place. So whether it's entertainment or it's real life, you're still in your mind, you're still taking these things in, and it's going to have a certain impact on you. It's going to affect you a certain way. So that's what I say. I don't know, man. I am very cautious on what I take in. Now, when you say diet, even the
It's
music
all
you
about the
listen to,
energy that you
everything.
transfer and that you consuming. Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, man, that's all I had to say on it. Anybody else want to hop on this, go ahead. Let your mind flow like a river, man. Try me a river.
All right, back, man. It's good to hear from you, man.
All right, man. Stay blessed.
All right, you too. Mm-mm. Maybe what's going on? Say steady, are you ready? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I wish there was like, we need to have a liberal limit, right? Like, shit, where you coming with your ID from? But niggas ain't got IDs. They said niggas don't have ID, so they can't vote. Like, that's the thing that gets me. That's the thing that gets me. Like, and why I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't like it. That's not what I'm saying. But it's the liberal belief system, right? Because even though some may think they have good intentions, it's actually very condescending, right? It's extremely condescending. And again, when you handicap a person by instilling these beliefs into them, especially those that you deem are in a worse situation or they're in a lower situation than you, and you benefited from this privilege or whatever the fuck you want to call it, one, you dismiss your own work, your own effort, right? Yes, some people did benefit from nepotism and whatever else you want to call it. Cool, fine. Like, the majority of people did not, right? And it's just how it's going to be. It worked the same way with other folks. You telling me Ice Cube's son would have been an actor, you know what I'm saying, if his daddy wasn't Ice Cube? Like, what do you think the chances of that would have been? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think the chances of Lil Romeo being somebody, or some of these other people whose people paved the way for them to have those opportunities? Like, we don't look at it, especially black people, we don't look at it in the same way. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers benefited simply because we talk about Reverend, all these people, the rich people who made it and had kids. Like, it's the same fucking thing. You just don't look at it that way because of whatever reason. So everybody does it. Everybody benefits. Like, it's what you should do. It's the sensible thing to do. You look out for your bloodline. Like, it is what it is. As long as I'm not actively, trying to erode something that somebody else did, if I'm not acting, well, those Asian people over there, they may come up soon. Let me make sure that they have no pathway. Like, that's not good. But if I'm looking out for me, my family, my network, my inner circle, whatever it may be, it's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? Build up a strong network, benefit from it. This is what you do. This is the same thing that is happening when, you have those immigrants who come in, and again, and a lot of them work extremely hard. We don't want to give them credit for that. Niggas always, they got all the loans and all this. Yeah, some of them got loans. Some of them came to this motherfucker and ain't have shit. and fucking drove taxis before taxis weren't a thing. Now they drive all the Ubers. A lot of these motherfuckers drive and they DoorDash and they doing all this shit and they taking the shittiest award. Like they come in and they make it shake. They sacrifice. They live in maybe substandard living for a little bit. Again, they may have a restaurant, a store, or something. Someone may live in that fucking store. They have a wash chair. They might live in that fucking wash chair. You don't see them in the back. They living in that motherfucker. Like everything is going to that. And then, you know, they instill that hard work ethic in their children. They make sure their children get the education that they may not have been able to fully receive before getting over here, and they may still be pursuing once they get over here. And they make sure their kids don't have to do the shit that they did. The kids help out with the business because then that's funds they don't have to pay to, you know, outsiders that are going to benefit their family, whatever else. That shit stays in the house. They build and they grow from that. Then guess what? We're going to send for other family. Do you think that's not a benefit? That's not, you know, a form of nepotism? Well, hey, I worked hard and I built this here in America. I can send for you to come over here, as opposed to the immigrants who stayed there and don't have that plug, that hookup. It's the same thing as here. If you don't work, you can't pull anybody up. Like a poor person can't help a homeless person get off the street, right? A homeless person can't help another homeless person. Like, where you can move into my box, we can share boxes. Like, it doesn't work like that. So people just think it's always these handouts, always this other thing. It's work. And so when people come and say, oh, the reason why black people don't have this and have this, it's because of the mentality. Because there have been successful black people all along the way. So how did they slip through the cracks? Well, and there's always an excuse. Well, it's because they were cooning, or it's because maybe they didn't buy into the bullshit that creates a distraction. Maybe they didn't buy into the bullshit that hindered them. Maybe they weren't worried about, you know, fucking and sucking everything moving. Well, they were worried about building a fucking business and growing and becoming something. And then once they had the money, they had all the hoes. They could do all of it. They had higher class hoes to fuck with. They had a better choice of female, whatever. Like, they had dreams, plans, and things long term, not the fucking instant gratification. And to me, instant gratification is the biggest, it is the greatest flaw in the American black individual. Because we have this mentality of cops shooting us down, they just kill us, they murder us in the streets. And this whole mentality of, oh, I gotta get it now before, hold on one second, we got a call. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling into the den this evening.
Honcho, what is up, bro?
What's the deal, Joe?
Yeah, man.
Mr. Joe, how you doing this evening, sir?
Not too bad. I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but you were, I mean, you're nailing it. You're nailing it. That's what it is, man. You know, life sucks. Get a helmet. You know what I mean? And there's a lot, and I'm not, and, you know, and I'd be the first to say that, you know, shit went bad in the past and it's going to be bad into the future and people are going to get fucked over. But life sucks. Get a helmet and all this fucking time that you waste wanting to blame everyone. Yeah, maybe some blame has to be laid. But the majority of your efforts, I mean, they really got to be on you and yours and looking into the future and handling business. Yeah.
And that's what it is, man. Like again, what is it? It's a failure to plan. And it's, you know, and like I say, it's just, and I get it, because you got so many groups saying, oh, it's not your fault, it's this. It is. Okay, once you have that information, once you know, once you have been made aware of a certain thing, now it's on you to resolve it. Like, you no longer have that excuse. And so, you know, but you got a lot of people still trying to lean on that crutch.
The whole grievance culture, I mean, again, you know, all things fair, there's blame to be laid, but with the whole grievance culture, there's this convenience of looking at everything through a keyhole, and it's at the current present, you know what I mean? Exactly. So we can only look back so far. You know, no one, you know, you know, like the Native Americans, they were slaughtering each other left and right, you know, but there was no, you know, no one wants to look back that far. You know, different tribes in Africa and the Chineses and the different Asians fucking each other up left and right. But, you know, and I've had this, you know, I like to think I'm pretty sharp. I had this realization, this thought, you know, everything fucking bad that has happened, and not to be negative, but when you think about it, that everything bad that has happened in the past, and I'm talking about the really bad shit, the fucking like Genghis Khan, like wiped out like, you know, trillions of fucking, well, millions of people. It's something like 10% of I could be misquoting, but it's something like 10% of the fucking population has like Genghis Khan DNA, because he was just out there killing and fucking everything. It's bad, man. Well, so but my thought was that I had, you know, every single shitty thing that happened in the past, and I'm talking about war and famine and slavery and conquest and you name it, and stretch back. I mean, look really far back. It's wild because all of that was a prerequisite for your very existence. You know what I mean? If shit didn't play out exactly like it did, you and I and anyone listening, we wouldn't be here, because it's almost like that had to have happened for us, particularly us, to be here. Had it not went down, there'd be different people.
Correct.
So I don't know, it's just a thought I had.
No, I mean, but you're absolutely right. I mean, and that's what, instead of, like you said, instead of, you know, sitting there being woe is me about it, people should be more appreciative. Hey, I'm here, I exist. Yeah, like you said, life, I'm going to have to start using that too. Life sucks, get a helmet. Man, take advantage of it. And that's the thing that kills me about, you know, being in America. And I thought like that at once, because like I said, around the people I was surrounded around, and
Sure.
it's because, and you have this limited scope of thinking. It's this limited box. But once you kind of open up, once you expand your horizon, you deal with different people and you see the new perspective, you're like, hey man, I'm extremely fortunate, because you can sit here, we complain about America's issues, but guess what? Every other country around the world has had their prior issues, and a lot more of them have issues right now that are more severe than anything that we've dealt with here in America. And so, you just take it. You take the opportunity and you run with it, man. And like I say, it's going to be some bumps along the way, and it may not be the most successful ending, but you have the opportunity, and that's the gift.
That's all any is guaranteed, is a chance. You know, I'm much past that, you know, and people are lucky. People are born into better spots than most, you know, but just because someone else has something that I don't doesn't mean I can't get it.
Correct.
You know, because, you know, the reason I don't have a helicopter isn't because Elon Musk has a helicopter.
Correct.
Or whatever. You know what I mean? It's weird. You can look to the past and use it as a lesson, and I can fully get behind that. But for it to be an excuse for everything, it's like, well, at this point, you're just wasting time, because you could be out there doing something, anything, honing a skill. You could be fucking, I don't know, you could be getting into crypto. You could be learning a trade. You could be fucking anything.
100% agree. I mean, shit,
and then
too much opportunity, man. Too much opportunity to sit around complaining. And you see people getting it on the crazy. I saw something today. You know, they were saying, if you think you have stupid ideas, you got to imagine there's the guy who made pool noodles is walking around a millionaire somewhere. You know, like somebody never think of a fucking pool noodle. Like, let's do Pet Rock. The dude who made Pet Rock, he made $1 million. I forgot what eventually happened to him. He didn't make too much more after that. But still, like, you just do something. That's only in America.
You know, and you know, you brought up the Asians and whatnot, and there's definitely I don't know how I would say it. I guess there's some merit, and when I say Asians, I mean like actually in China and stuff like that. They think differently. It's see, in America, it's kind of like we try and keep up with the Joneses, and we try and look after the idea is anyway, to look after your kids and exactly like you said, set them up better than you were. In China, it's that, plus it's also like for the people as well, because they're real homogenous over there. There is no white, black, Latino, you know, it's just them, you know what I mean? Yeah. So they've got the other aspect, and that shows in their and how they operate as a country. You know, they're out to fucking get it. all, you know,
Yeah.
and I don't know that you can fault them for it because that's what it is. That's the game.
Exactly. And that's what I say. I don't blame it. It's human nature, part of it. And then, like I say, you know, you just you either make progress or you wither up and die. You know, you can sit there and complain about it till the final TikTok, but it's just shit. Might as well be getting it. I mean, there's too many success stories. There's too many, whatever. And that's kind of the thing too. How you mentioned with all the different that is the one hindrance is that we do have that divisiveness because you have certain groups that always want to point to the history of America. Well, this happened and this happened. Well, the majority of us weren't alive. Yeah, it had some kind of impact on us, but what are we going to do about it? Nobody's made the time machine yet to go back and change it. And if you do, then guess what? You might not fucking exist. So it's just take what you got and do something.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's unfortunate, but I mean, like I said, all that shit that went down, all of it. You pick anything, you know, you change one thing, and you and I aren't here. So, you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, you got your one shot, you got your one life, and you try and do what you can with it, and that's about it. Man.
But you know, and I fear that it's getting worse because, you know, this generation is that's all they're kind of being taught is, you know, how bad everything. It's easy to look at the past through a newer lens. You know, they didn't have information, they didn't have technology, they didn't have access to things. It was the way that things were, and that things took gradual time to progress to get to this point. But now we're here and we want to go back and look and judge, well, let's cancel this person, get rid of this person because they believe this way. It was an entirely different time, an entirely different society. But yeah, we feel like, you know, we're or they feel like they're high and mighty. You're asking kids to grade people who lived through something while they're sitting in a classroom, secure and protected. They're given the right to judge folks. They've never had any experience in life whatsoever, and it messes up their minds, their mentality. Yeah,
it's easy to pick out everyone's mistakes when you ain't made any mistakes, and when you're young, you ain't been around enough to make any mistakes.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, it's funny. The way things are right now, it's funny. And you know, it used to be a time of, well, it's relative actually. So I was about to say it used to be a time of abundance. Mm-hmm. So everyone's getting a sense of scarcity now. Yeah, when you run out of shit, you find out what people are made out of. Mm-hmm. Not that we're running out of shit, but from a relative point of view, you know, people, as far as they know, they don't know anything other than abundance. Correct. So at the first glimpse of scarcity, you know, I don't know, motherfuckers get, I don't know what the word is. They get, they start to show their true nature, I guess. And I mean, things ain't all that bad. They really ain't, man.
No. Especially if you've ever been through anything in life. And you know, I mean, really been through some things in life. It's not. It's unfortunate. Like you said, it's not as optimal as it has been at certain points, but it's not as bad as people are making.
Yeah. Well, and that's my other thought. You know, you want to look at the divisiveness and, you know, whatever you want to call it that's happening now. I don't know that we can honestly. I really, at this point, I don't think we can get out of it. Because shit, relatively, you know, bills are high and inflation and all that stuff. But I mean, for the most part, we're all living, you know. But I don't think we're going to get out of this whole fucking divisiveness thing until I think the only thing that's going to reset it is going to be genuine, and I mean genuine hard times. And then I think at that point, unfortunately, that's going to be the only point that everyone can stop and say, well, shit, now we're all fucked, you know. But I think that I hope I'm wrong, but I think that's what it's going to take to get everyone's mind right is focus on, you know, really.
I would agree. It's kind of like you got to have that unified enemy, kind of like when 9/11 happened, everybody kind of turn their attention to
turn us into one people again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. That's about it, Honcho, man. You were on the flow, and I'm like, man, he's hitting it. And I almost didn't want to interrupt you, but I'm like, I got to get in there a little bit. So
No, it's all good, and I appreciate you calling in, Mr. Joe.
yeah, man, we'll talk at you later.
Absolutely. So you have a great night.
You too.
All right, thank you.
See
Mm-mm. Yeah, and I agree, JB. Yeah, definitely, and that's my deal. Like that's what I was saying earlier when Quest called it. Like, I don't take in a lot of negativity. I don't take in a lot of the bullshit. Like, no, there's too much opportunity. There's too much other stuff you can be doing. And when you're wasting your time on negative shit, depressing shit, demoralizing shit, you don't know when that opportunity is going to come. You don't know when, that you could be using that for anything else. Even if it's just the most, I don't even know. I'd rather have a fucking ounce, a gram of positivity than a fucking pound of negative bullshit just weighing me down. Like, that's what people feed off of, though. But what is it that negativity travels like 10 times as fast? It attracts like 7 times more attention because people want to hear negative shit. And the thing about it is, like, I used to think that people are just negative. It's not that. It's not that people are just negative. It's different societies, but I think that we've been so trained to expect negative outcomes, negative behaviors, and again, from the media, from the news, from things of that nature. Like, they inundate you with this shit. Like you say, like a Quest call, you watch the news. Oh, somebody got shot. Somebody in another state, they got shot. They got killed. What does it have to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, we can talk about George Floyd. We can talk about all these different things, and in reality, this is why national news is terrible. Unless it's a real attack on the entire country, national news is terrible because it's unfortunate. It's fucked up what happened with that, but that should be a situation that needs to be resolved where it took place at. Because what happens is, especially like when you talk about a racist act, and everybody wants to say, oh, racism, this. It was one act, one moment in time that, that happened. And we do this to ourselves too. I'm gonna get back into that in just a second. But it was one moment in time that this incident happened to this man, right? And it was between this man and another man. It was Chauvin, right? And there was other cops there. It was an incident, right? With an extremely unfortunate outcome, right? There are things that probably could have preceded that prevented any of this from happening. And the most fucked up thing about that whole situation was that cashier who felt like it was his fault. And it wasn't that man's fault. That man didn't take the fault. He just followed procedure. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fucking make him try to spend that 20 to do none of that shit. But it was one event. But how many people watched George Floyd die? From how many different angles did they watch it? Right? So say it was 10 million. That's a light number. It's a super light number. I know it's way more than that. I'm sure if they got a video somewhere on the internet, it's probably got 300 million views. But say to that 10 million, say 5 million are black, right? Well, to them, they've associated like them getting killed 5 million times because that's how they've been trained to think. Well, see, y'all, they attacking all blacks, what they doing all this. I had to talk with the little one earlier today, and I was just like, telling her not to get caught up thinking like certain people and not to get caught up in certain mentalities. So say, you got people out there who say, oh, the cops just shooting us down. I said, we go by the cops all the time. Cops pull up next to us when we at stoplights, we in stores, we pass by them, whatever it may be. Say, have they ever shot at us? Have they ever just tried to gun us down? And you talking about a nigga, y'all, if y'all been around long enough, y'all already know what's what. Even still currently dealing with some things, right? But so that's why I say when it's those who've never had an incident, never had anything happen to them, they live vicariously through these incidents. They watch this shit and they go looking for everyone. They go looking for the Emmett Tills. They go looking for the George Floyds. They go look for the Tamir Rice. They go look because the media needs to tell you this. Because as long as we keep feeding you this shit, it's not Oh, all the white people are terrible and doing bad stuff to us. It's the media knowing that you're emotional, knowing how to tap into your psychology, and knowing how to fuck you over, make you behave a certain way, and make you feel less than, right? Because they need you to feel a certain way, so you buy these products. As long as we continue to inundate you with this bullshit, make you feel like you're not good enough, like you less than. Who spends the most money? People with low self-esteem, people with low self-worth, because they need to feel like something. So that's why niggas don't realize you get caught up. I gotta buy the brand new Escalade caddy, and I gotta put the 25s on it so everybody know what I'm worth something. Or the female gotta put the longest yaki I can find, and I gotta dye it blonde so I can look special. I gotta put the longest eyelashes I can find, and I gotta wear a dress with my ass cheeks hanging out so everybody look at me, I can feel like something. Because when you don't have no fucking self-worth, you do the most, right? When people feel like they have no power, they don't take responsibility for their actions, because then they're just out of there, right? Because they feel like it's not their fault. I don't got no power. It's not my fault. I'm out of control, so they behave out of control. And that's what it is. And it's extremely fucking unfortunate. But they inundate you with the bullshit. You watch that shit. You feel like, you watch it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You feel like 5, 6, 7, 8 niggas done died. It's the same one man. It's the same one incident. But because you watch it over and over, you've repeated that trauma in your mind this one time. And you didn't kill you. Niggas, y'all have killed George Floyd 100 times. Y'all done watched it 100 times. In your mind, this nigga died, and again, I killed Skittles and Tea. I killed Skittles and Tea 1,000 times. Trayvon Martin. Y'all watched that shit 1,000 times. Y'all put yourselves through more trauma. I'm not saying y'all, I'm just talking to the figurative y'all. I know a lot of y'all in here. We operate a little differently in the den. But you watch this shit over and over. You go through the trauma over and over. A lot of people went through more trauma than the actual people who suffered this shit. Right? I had a particular individual who was in a particular show at a particular time that we definitely did not name on our list because it wasn't that good of a show. So fuck it. When I was talking about something, I'm saying, well, I got 3 black sons that I got to be worried about every day. I'm a fucking black man. What the fuck? So your black sons equate to their lived experience, which has probably been much more privileged than mine. Because the media gets in your fucking head. I'm a large black man. I got dreadlocks. I got tattoos. I've had law enforcement tell me, just looking at my statistics on paper, I've had law enforcement tell me while getting booked, you're a big old dude, man. Oh, man, I hate to have to, this and this and this and this. And, and it's just like, so you're speaking fear into it. I get it. So, again, if I can think this way, right? If I can think this way, I don't understand why people who have never been through shit again, most niggas cannot tell you a real racist situation that they have ever been through. A racist situation in the sense of, one, niggas gonna always change the definition of racism when you talk about it, but most niggas, the majority, cannot tell you a personal racist encounter situation that has prevented them from having some form of success in life. Right? Cannot do it. They can tell you about something that happened to another nigga that made them think that they couldn't do it because it happened to that nigga. Or they can tell you a story about their cousin. Well, my cousin, she was about to be VP at this building, but then this white lady came in. And she was fucking the boss. And so they was like, fuck that bitch. And they can tell you, they can make some shit, and the cousin might have been a trash ass worker. Cousin might have been the one fucking boss. Had bad police, boss ain't want to hire her ass. Anyway, most people cannot tell you that. And then there are people who can tell you that, can tell you real racial experiences they had, and they still think the same way that they do. Why is that? But what we do is, as a society, in this current wokety woke society, we're going to dismiss people like me. We're going to dismiss people like folks in the den, POCs in the den, Fuck that. Niggas in the den. Everybody has to have their identity, whether you're Asian, you Hispanic, you black, whatever. Everybody has a different story. So that's why I hate fucking POC. I was joking about shit earlier, but I'm joking about shit. Like, it's fucking stupid. Why can't we call it as why we gotta, it's POCs against the white man? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, everybody got the issue with everybody because it's POCs that don't like POCs. And when niggas was getting called colored, it wasn't no POCs around. Let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it all the way funky. You know, it became cool. And how is POC not the same thing as fucking colored? Anyway, everybody has their own issues, but at the same time, we all live in this fucking country. We can all take advantage of it. Like I was talking about earlier about the immigrants and shit coming over this motherfucker and being able to take over. Why? Because they're not caught up in the fucking past. They see the opportunity. They're not holding on to all the stories of negativity. What they see is what they didn't have back home. And they see what's here. And they see, because they've come from real poverty. Real poverty is when you can't go up 4 or 5 blocks up the street, or you can't ride to the other side of town and rob somebody for their Rolex or their fucking car or their fucking shit and eat good for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody to rob like that within miles. That's real poverty. Ain't nobody robbing. Even if you did have some, you ain't got nothing at the store that you can buy with it. That's real poverty. They come from places like that and come here and see shelves full of shit. Y'all hiring to do what? Is there actual jobs? I can own my actual business. I ain't got to give it all to. Wow, this is amazing. Or we sit here and say some invisible entity is systemically stomping us down. Never seen it happen. The invisible entity that's stomping you down is you in your mind. That's the invisible entity. But what I was saying earlier about these traumas and holding on to the past, it's what we do to ourselves, though. We take one bad experience and we relive that shit over and over and over again. So it's not just the black situation watching George Floyd over. It's all of us, everybody. Doesn't matter what race, creed, or color you are. Like, we limit ourselves because we relive those negative traumas over and over and over again. And so it'll be a trauma that happened one time. We will relive that shit 10,000 fucking times. And that shit will hinder us from the next step that we could be taking. We relive shit. I'm speaking from personal experience. So there's been some things that happened in my life, and for a long time I blame myself for a lot of this shit. I relive that shit every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Blaming myself for something that in reality took me some time to realize that no matter what happened, there was nothing that I could have done to stop what happened from happening at that point in time. In hindsight, yeah, I could have, would have, shouldn't have. That shit ain't helped me at all. Don't change shit. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, don't change a motherfucking thing. So it's a hard thing to do, but when they talk about living in the moment, you gotta learn how to do that shit. And the negative shit that happened, even if it just happened, it's over with. It's done. But our minds connect to that shit. That connect to that negativity. And then that's what the TV feeds us. That's what the music feeds us. That's what, the entertainment, the books. We want the messy shit. Oh girl, this book good. She fucking her best friend husband and he done called and found out. And then this and then he fucking her mama and the sister too and all that. Ooh, it's good. But then let that shit happen to you. That's the worst thing that ever fucking happened. But you're inviting this energy in your life. People as a whole, I think, are becoming worse because we're accepting more shit behavior because we've normalized a lot of this shit behavior. We talked about TV yesterday, and it was kind of a point I wanted to get to that we never really did. We talked about a lot of things, though. But back in the day, you had your Andy Griffiths, your Leave It to Beavers, even in your Martin shit. You ain't see all this wild off-the-wall shit. Like, yeah, he cuss a little bit. They talk crazy. Martin have his theatrics. But now, the TV shows are what was that show? Scandal, where she fucking the president or some shit and cheating. If Scandal would have been reversed, and that would have been a white woman fucking on a black person, none of y'all black women would have watched. Y'all have been, take this off there. This is racist. But again, when it seems to benefit people, people don't look at it like that. But like I say, more and more, like the shit that they feed you on TV, it has to get more and more out because it has to top the last thing. I have to I have to have a crazier cliffhanger than prior before because we pushed the limits already. The good stuff don't work anymore, right? Lassie getting the boy out the well don't work anymore. Now it's got to be some crazy shit. Somebody got to die. Somebody got to get cheated on. Somebody got to get caught. Somebody got to get something. Somebody got to go to jail. We can't live normal anymore. Regular society is not appealing anymore in entertainment. The good story, it's not appealing anymore. And if you don't think that shit translates from the screen, the radio, or whatever into society, I mean, all you gotta do is look how people dress. Get on social media and see how these people react whenever a celebrity does it. How they fucking suck Beyonce titty every time she do something. Beyonce is okay. Beyonce is not even a top-notch female in Houston. Like everybody, oh, she's the most beautiful. I don't care if the Beehive come try to sting a nigga. Ask any nigga from Houston. You see Beyonce's at Sharpstown all day long. She's okay. She wasn't even the finest one that used to be a Destiny Child. Let's keep it 1,000. Right? Because she entertained women like Beyonce more than niggas do. Any of these motherfuckers, and the rapper started doing something. He started wearing this new brand. Everybody started doing it. The music don't impact me. I had people argue with me in here. Some of them no longer here. Music don't impact people like how you make. Yes, the fuck it does. The little chicken booty started twerking. The whole world started twerking. Twerking been around since 20 years, 30 years in a relatively mainstream fashion before she ever did it. Somebody say something. WAP. Oh, everybody and mama got WAP now. Washed ass pussy. I'm not talking about washing, actually the cleansing way. Washed ass. Get it out of here. The bitches tell you go out there, fucking suck everything. Do this, I'm this, and I'm that. And they go home to they do behind the scenes. Probably cheating on them. You know, they talking about fucking man doing this, and you got these young girls thinking that's the way to go. Thinking that's the way to behave. Got grown ass women who act like this. You got grown ass women in their 50s, 60s talking about $1 million pussy whop and all this other shit, bitch. You ain't never had a man, ain't never been able to keep a man. What the fuck makes you think this shit like this? Delusion. The music, the entertainment, the TV. It's a lot of women sitting at home, locked into a television screen, sipping their little wines. You know. There's a lot of dudes out there too, trying to be a player, trying to be something that they not built to be. Trying to shoot for chicks that they ain't gonna do nothing but use them up, leave them hanging dry. There's levels to this shit. But motherfuckers think, you know, they get washed, they get brainwashed, and like that shit is like affirmation. When you repeating lyrics over and over and over again, it's like affirmation. When you watching these same behaviors, when you see people do it on TV in your mind, it becomes acceptable. This is where we are in life. And as long as people allow media to control them, and this is where we are, because now the fucking media people come and say, oh, do this. And they're, oh, let's go do it. The TV person said it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy, man. The Aaron Judge was adopted by white people. Word? I didn't even know that. Colin, adopted. And that's what I'm saying. Colin Kaepernick kills me the most, right? Like, nigga, if Colin Kaepernick would have been raised around nigga, that nigga would be a fucking Republican. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce wasn't all that whenever she was in her 30s, 20s, shit. Wasn't watching Calico. Brosco, what's the motherfucking deal? Bad, my bad. I have not been very chat attentive. I've been in my little zones. And y'all be distracted. Y'all be having me dying laughing and shit. So I be all over the place talking to y'all. So I'm trying to motherfucking me, you know. It's hard to see a 62-year-old sign in to see the parole officer every day. That's terrible. And we've got to do that. Jimmy Butler been pointed at six white people. Saying on his own phone. Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know Jimmy. Because what Jimmy Butler from what, Tomball? So yeah, probably that makes a lot of sense now. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, ooh, Wanda, I don't know. It might be a show topic. That shit'll draw some fire. I might have to. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I don't know. Let me jot that down. But this is crazy shit, right? I saw a video not that long ago. I guess a white dude that adopted a black kid, and he took him out on like a jet ski or something like that, and he was letting the little kid kind of halfway drive it or something. And people talking about he's a molester, he's a this, he's a that, he's that's the only reason he's letting that kid. Like, wow, that's what it is. That's where we are. And again, it could be anything. Who knows, right? Who fucking knows? But instead of seeing this kid with this big cheese and smile on his face, look like he's probably happier than he's ever been in his life. That's what we go. He's probably getting molested. Niggas don't want to see other motherfuckers happy, bro. Seen the little kid invited all his classmates to see him get adopted. Little black kid adopted by a white couple. I'm not gonna sit here and say that every time it happens it's great. I knew there was some a white lesbian couple that drove a bunch of kids off a cliff not that long ago. So I'm not gonna sit there and say every situation is great, but it's what it is. That's why people just have to fucking, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at shit differently, man. And people don't. People just want to stick into the old rhetoric of so I'm loaded $3 accused of murder over a black man over here caught fire, so they burned to the ground. Whatever, it's arson. Interesting. 227. Yeah, they don't have shit like that no more. What happened to remember, it was a live show, Amen. I used to love watching Amen. Don't got shit like that no more. Can't. None of that shit no more. Now they got shows like that shit on Netflix with Mike. I couldn't even watch that shit, bro. I watched one episode. I was like, and I had to force myself to get through that shit. The motherfucker got a chick that he was with. He got pregnant in high school, and he had a baby mama on the side. And now he with that chick, and he got 2 kids the same age. And I'm just like, nah, this is the story we want to push. We just want to normalize some bullshit that niggas are doing just to make the shit seem okay. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, man. Like the man who had no pants in the Philippines. I don't even know about that. What happened with that one? That's crazy. Yeah, appreciate it. People used to come in late in the game shit. I've learned shit from people. I'm like, God damn, you know what? And that's why I say that's the thing I love about the den, because that's why I say this is a community, man. It's a lot of shit. One, you see how much it has changed over the years, but just the conversation, everybody who contributes calls in and shares perspective. Like when I'm getting back to take my notes, it's like certain things I'll be like, you know what? That was a brilliant fucking point. And it makes me think. Every time I spend after dinner, I'll just be thinking about some things. Just like, man, you know what? It made a whole fucking lot of sense. But, we so stuck. It's so easy to sell that black and white shit. You know what I'm saying? We over here pointing at black and white, and the Mexicans are coming in illegal. While the Asian people like, man, fuck all y'all. Because who's winning? We talking about all white people got on average. Asian people, Middle Eastern people make more money than your average white person, but we worried about that. So how is that? We all want to holler about, it's the skin. You can tell a Middle Eastern person ain't white. You can tell an Asian person not white. It's easy to determine that. So how the fuck are they having success? They're really sitting at the top of the tier. The white man must be distracted, holding the black man down. He's let the Asians and the Middle Easterns get by. Like, no, it's the fucking work ethic. It's the mentality. It's having a goal and fucking sticking to it. Not trying to hope. Like, niggas shoot for the most low percentage opportunities in the world, bro. My kid gonna be an NFL superstar. Percentage of making it to the NFL, like, slim to none, bro. And then even if you make it in the NFL, percentage of staying in the NFL for any sustainable time, slim to none, bro. Basketball, even less. Like getting to college is like NFL numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know a nigga went to the NFL, went to the league or some shit. But we all know a nigga went to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That's way less, way fewer. I don't know about hockey. Don't ask me shit about hockey. Baseball, I think baseball you might have a better chance. But again, or my baby gonna be a rapper or a singer. Most low percentage occupation where you put them around, especially entertainment, where you put them around real live weirdos. Motherfuckers sit there and know, motherfuckers sit here and shit on R. Kelly all day. R. Kelly a motherfucking, he's sick. And all the people around him, they sick. My baby gonna sing. Yeah, my baby gonna sing. We gonna get her a deal. We gonna put her with so-and-so. Like, word? That's what you're gonna do. You think they're gonna be different? You think your kid gonna come in and change the industry? No. They're gonna bend and fold, literally, and do what the motherfuckers out there want them to do. And they're gonna play the game just like anybody else because the fame is more important than anything. And then when they don't got shit and they looking crazy as cat shit, there's a lot of these other singers out here who ain't got nothing. These fucking rappers who done had some lost all these, went back to selling dope or getting locked up or whatever else. Because they getting fucked over multiple different ways, financially, physically. You know what I'm saying? Treated like shit or put up on the shelf and controlled. Slavery. Right? But that's where you want to put them instead of saying, hey, odds are if you go to school and get a functional degree in STEM, you can do something with it. And again, I talked about where niggas get their degrees at mostly. And it's not shitting on anybody. Get your education, do that. But you can't complain, if you can, like I say, you getting a degree in general studies, liberal arts or some shit, women's studies, and you making the same as the fucking manager of McDonald's. And you play, well, I went to school for 4 years. I got a degree just like the engineer got a degree. Had a better field of study. More in demand. Took more challenging coursework, which in turn led for him to have better opportunities, better jobs. You want to know what fields Middle Eastern people and Asian people primarily get degrees in? It's not hard to figure it out. It's not hard to figure it out at all. So. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. What's the Trump tire? Wise was shaking exactly. They finna go where the money's at. Like they not finna go where the glamour and glitz is. They gonna get the glamour and glitz eventually. They gonna live nice. They gonna enjoy all that shit. They gonna have the same level of money your favorite rapper got. You know what I'm saying? Or your local rapper will dream of having. African dance theory. You can't you can't get a job in the African dance studio with a degree in African dance theory. It's just a theory, not the actual performance. How dare you? I'm insulted. So it's crazy stuff. So yeah, man. Oh, I saw something about me. Talking about I saw that too. I saw when post that lady was talking about how he was a piece of shit because he kind of like walked off, turned his back on her. The craziest shit was them taking that watch, bro. Them taking that watch. Yeah, I seen that shit. That was. I didn't see that they went on TV though. I didn't see that. Oh no wonder I got two different chats going. I got the actual chat and then I got the bot chat. Yeah, Steve Harvey, whether you like him or not. One of the white family that helped him out when he was homeless. I remember he brought him on the show, he was crying or some shit like that. He been on every minute new family member. Uh, I didn't see. I mean, like I said, I saw the ones who posted told me PC walked off, threw his hands up. I saw the thing. They said he checked his watch like 4 times. Like again, that guy is everything they said the other guy was. So there's that, right? Fap it or cap it, Heidi. We gotta get you up on your ebonics and bring you down. We're not gonna rise up to your level. We're gonna bring you down with us. Dog, I'm telling you, damn, I can't think of that dude's name. It was a dude in Detroit. He was actually worth a lot of money. I think he's passed now. But he wasn't famous. He was a black dude though. And he started out as a janitor. At the University of Michigan. And he talked about how what he would do was it was his job. He treated it, everything as his job. And then I think somebody from there seen him working, and they helped him. Well, they got him like a gig, I think, cleaning up at Ford or one of them places. And he used to also study like the schematics, and it was some issue that they were having, right? And they couldn't resolve. And he's like, well, you mind if I, take a look at it? And he ended up figuring it out and solving the problem or whatever. And from there, I mean, it took off. I can't remember his exact name. His video saved. It was 2 or 3 times that he did. How angry would I be? Punch him in the back of the fucking head. That's how angry I would be. I'd punch him in the fucking back of the head. I think that probably would do it. That'd be a wrap. Oh, you go down. Oh, nobody. Remember when I asked that day when we had the conversation, the Joe Biden conversation? Nobody wanted to own up to it. Nobody claimed it. Everybody and like I said, there's so many. That's the crazy. I've seen black folks say that. No, I don't want to. I regret voting for him. I'm embarrassed to say that I did it. It's like, because again, niggas, you got to do something. We're going to give you something. We're going to give you an Obama phone and the rest of the stimulus check that Trump already started, but I'm going to take credit for it. And we'll give you an incompetent black VP, and y'all will be happy. Put your chucks and your pearls on. Start moonwalking. Your time is coming. Shit. Wow. She found him in a baby. Wow, that's terrible. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh my God. Bedtime, he's very short, very. I will probably agree with you on that, Mighty. What was the topic tonight? We started off talking about something, and I have no idea what it is. I have to go back and look at the page. I forgot it. What was it? We didn't win. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Texas and all the fucking laws and shit that they enacted. And Roger said he made some new barbecue sauce, but he don't want to sell it because he bathed in all of it. So, yeah. Oh, that's what Tommy said. Wow. I agree. Like Tommy's funny, and not Tommy Sotomayor, Tommy Davis. Tommy Sotomayor's funny too, but you can tell he's a little bitty dude. Also in Black Dynamite, he was a little bitty dude in when he was on Martin and on fucking. You know what I'm saying? Chinese takeout its effect on the black community. They got me. I actually found. I stumbled across this other place, and like so, I talk a lot of shit in the den, right? I do. I talk a lot of shit, and I'm just be talking, but like in person, I promise you, I won't say I'm one of the most pleasant people to be around, but I am very cordial, very nice, and I make that my mission. So I was at a spot the other day, and the last couple of times I had ordered Chinese from two of the regular spots that I used to eat at around this area. I fucking forgot. I actually recorded some dashing today, and I forgot to put it. I did it on the little one's old phone, and I fucking forgot to take it off there. I was gonna put it in the background so y'all can see it, but I'll have it up there tomorrow. And so he had like this traditional Asian music or something playing, right? And it was actually really soft. It was real peaceful. Like, I told you I'm not fucking with the rap no more. Like, and I've noticed a big difference in my mentality, my energy, like everything. And so I asked him, and at first the way he looked like maybe like a second generation or something. So I figured that his English would be a little bit different. He had a very strong accent though. And I was like, say, excuse me, sir. As I got my food, I was like, hey, what would you call this music? Like, I thought he was gonna give me a Spotify playlist or some shit. And he told me like the whole story about how he used to go like to I don't know if it was like an Asian flea market or something like that, and how he bought the CDs, and then the some CDs were louder than others on the playlist, so he got rid of the ones that were really loud. And then he told me where the place was, but he's like, I don't know if they're still open now because of the thing or whatever. But he told me everything but the type of music that it would be called. I almost thought I had to sneeze here. I thought that was funny because we had a good little conversation for an additional 5 or 10 minutes, but I did not get the information that I wanted. So there's that. You gonna call the sauce tomorrow and talk some high school football? That's a bad project. I'm not gonna answer, but you can call. Let's see what you say about my mama. Break yourself, fool. So yeah, you know what I mean. The biggest DoorDash tip I've ever received. Oh. Probably like 20 something bucks. Cause there was like one time I got, there was one time there was one time I got a crazy tip. It was like 20 something bucks for like a super short trip. Like it wasn't even like maybe a mile and a half full trip from getting the order. And I think they got something like somewhere crazy like Jack in the Box. And dropped it off. They tipped me in the app, and then they gave me like I was like 10 or so bucks at the fucking door, like cash. And so I thought like that was probably the best tip. But it's probably might make like 20 bucks at the most. But my thing is like, I don't know if I'll be telling y'all to check out the DoorDash Reddit. Like some people in there my motherfuckers been there talking about like they get like $50 tips. That's not regular, but like people have gotten like $100-something tips, and people like just crazy shit. I'm like, I'm jealous. I don't get that kind of love. Say yeah, well it'll be a few more months before I'm allowed to escape from Texas, but definitely. Definitely. Central Florida, all right. That's a bet. I'd like, trust me, as soon as I can move around, I'm out of here. So, tip me in the app, bro. Man, they should be killing me too. Yeah. I'll leave a tip. That motherfucker don't be doing shit. Motherfucker be lying, but it's all good. I don't even care. I'm literally on some shit. There's no light up there. Just boogers in my nose. That's all y'all gonna see. I don't even know the fuck. Dog, don't use that phrase, Project. That sounds like a gay porn star or something. What? Ugh. That's like a real thing. Oh, maybe I probably should have said that on stream, right? No, like, bro, that sounds like a gay porn star name. Bro. Like, don't use that. That sounds like, remember that pastor that everybody was tripping on? Oh, like, see, that's the shit that get niggas, right? Of all the shit that you can be concerned with, like that's going on in the world, remember niggas got excited. Niggas are memes. They got excited about the pastor that got caught eating the coochie. Don't go to this nigga church. Ain't never heard that he's a pastor. He eats, nigga. How many niggas out there eating coochie? Just because they said this nigga was a pastor and eating coochie, motherfuckers done went nuts. Y'all remember that shit? That shit's crazy. That's terrible. How does that even happen? No, but that lets you know. Oh, terrible. Well, if she did the chop, then that's a real woman there, Heidi. How dare you? Man, we gotta kick out some of the ones that's here. That's what we need to start going door to door. You from California? You're gonna have to get on out. Abandon all your assets. You got 13 minutes. That's terrible. Word. Guess I have to drive. Drive everywhere. I guess having a bitch though. But that's Dog Roger, you know just as much as anybody, man. You know, it ain't the team, it's the scheme. Dog. So that's tell you everything. They're an online charter school. Come on, bro. These are the niggas who did not make it, who just could not give up the dream. They just couldn't give up. They just couldn't say, you know what? I didn't make it. It's over. It's over. So that is. But that's what I'm saying. Oh, come on, bro. Online charter school. Online charter school. Oh, yeah, you know what? It is. What is this? Labor Day, Monday? I guess that's gonna be their thing, huh? It's that's the deal. That is crazy stuff, bro. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, if y'all I'm telling you, if y'all are like bored and really want to see some crazy shit, go to the DoorDash Reddit. You're gonna see customers like I think DoorDash is on I personally think it's going to start to decline. Like this is the time. I don't know what other. I mean, I know there's other companies. They got to figure out a way to seize that shit and take advantage of that shit, market better something. Because what DoorDash is doing is like they're trying to take on too much shit. And like customers that actually tip good are like getting upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what they'll do is like today I went out for a couple hours today, and they gave me like a double order, and it was on like I think maybe like 5 miles total with both of the things, and you know it said they said they both like $6, and they were like at the same little shopping center right there, so it wasn't like walk from one place to the next. I dropped the first one and it ended up being like $8 instead of the $6. And then I dropped the other one and it ended up being like $12.75 or something like that. So instead of it being like 12 total, it was like $20 for the whole little thing, which is cool. I'm not complaining about that, but it's just like the fact that they're hiding so much of that shit, like depending on the length of the order, some people are like, man, fuck that. There's like a lot of people follow the dollar a mile rule, right? And so if it goes over $1 a mile, they won't take that shit. Like the mileage is more than the dollar amount, but it's like what they're trying to do is hide certain shit, so they want people to treat all the orders equally. But what they're really doing is fucking a lot of people over who are actually good tippers, and their food's sitting up there 45 minutes to an hour, 2 hours or something like that. And then by the time they get their food, it's cold. So it's like a lot of customers in there complaining like, man, see the food ready, nobody's taking an order, keep getting rejected. I ordered this, it came like an hour and a half later. And I tipped $20 on it and, shit like that. And then, like I say, you'll see people sit there and say like, just, they're getting tired of that shit. And then you got fucking, what they'll do sometimes too is they'll try to stack like a shitty order that nobody was going to take. And they'll try to put it with a nice order. So they'll just send you like 2 orders at a time and say it's fucking, I don't know, like a fucking $20 delivery or something, right? Even though it's not gonna tell you that, they'll probably tell you something like $8 for 2 deliveries. Well, that one delivery is probably gonna be that bare minimum base pay that nobody was gonna fucking take. So it might be like $2, $2.25 or something. And then the other shit might be $10, $15. Like, they start attaching that shit. And so what happens is like people don't want to take that shit, so they keep, passing it off. What they need to do is just have a certain rate, a certain amount, and if you can't afford to fucking use the shit, then you just can't use the shit. That's just what it is, because it's going to get to the point where people are going to stop, using that service, or they're going to either start going more to the other ones or whatever, because the people who actually tip, they're probably going to use a more premium service to get their shit, because, they're still going to tip the same amount, so it's not going to really hurt them in their pocket, and they'll actually get their food on time. And so, all right now, the rest got to figure something out. Hey, because I took phone calls. You shut your ass. God damn it. Let's say Car American. Yeah, who was it? I saw one of them. Yeah. Reddit bands are for any comment. Yeah, I heard Reddit got kind of woke. Like, I've never been like a real Redditor. I read more on it. What's wrong with what's wrong with taking shit before bed? It's like, doesn't everybody do that? And I don't want to have all that excess weight on the mattress, so why not? Making per week, like on average. But prior to like some of these changes and shit, like I remember when I first started, it was a dude. He was saying, well, he like, there's a lot of people that work multiple apps, so they'll like DoorDash and Grubhub and something, and they might have like Uber Eats or whatever, and they're kind of going back and forth. But I know there was a guy. He said he was multi-app, and they were doing like a rack a week. You know what I'm saying? Best week I ever had was probably about 1,000 a week, for about 20 hours. But it was like I said, they had like the little bonuses and shit. So they didn't have to do very much work for all the shit. And the crazy part is, since then, I have not seen one of them bonuses or challenges or anything since then. That's when they had all that shit going on downtown. And it was terrible. Downtown is so much fucking construction and shit. It was cool. It was worth it and everything. But like I say, shit, $1,000 for about 20 hours worth of work, that ain't too bad. And so, but ever since then, I have not received any challenges, no bonuses and shit. They've been trying to get people to do the fucking shop and deliver shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the shop and deliver is like where they want you to go in and actually buy shit. Man, you better leave that shit to Instacart, because that shit is not worth the shop and deliver order. Like, if it's at CVS or Walgreens, I ain't tripping, because it's usually like candy. You just go in one aisle, get a bunch of bullshit, get out of there, depending on how much they paying for. But motherfuckers be wanting you to go in the fucking Randall's or some shit and like shop. Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. So, word, storm in Philly. Maybe that's why the show they want to go. Yeah. Oh, word? I didn't know that. But you can kind of finesse the dash. But like I said, I take lots of extra precautions on about shit. Like I said, I mean, I think I was actually angry dashing in the den one time, and somebody tried to fucking finesse me like they, and I knew it was some bullshit because these motherfuckers like ordered a shake, right? Just or like a fucking thing for them boba teas or whatever. And so it's like I know the service fee was more than the tea, and then they had I can't remember if they left a tip on it or not, whatever. But anyway, like the overall total had to be twice the price of the fucking tea. And then they try to put on there, oh, it didn't get delivered. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Go check that order. I got a picture on the order, address stamped, everything. Because I use like a GPS timestamp app. You know what I'm saying? So it's like do you wear merchandise from that? That shit like it's all sports shit. It depends. Sometimes, usually, I wear something. Not necessarily all sports shit. Then they'll be like, this nigga, what? I'm taking my tip back. I'm gonna fucking. He's talking about me. He talked about me on the damn dash. I don't do too many identifiers. Shit, liquor store still delivering how through DoorDash. I had a great tip. That fucking bottle of that fucking shit, that Azul Blue, whatever I posted. No, I ain't drink that shit. That was an order somebody had on fucking DoorDash. I just posted that shit on the gram just to be flogged and just to see how people was gonna respond. But that shit was like a fucking $20 delivery for that fucking bottle. It was like $100 and some dollar bottle of fucking liquor. I swore I thought it was gonna be some niggas order that shit. The white dude. Shit's so good, bro. So the car just doing it. That's what they got doing at the whatchamacallit now. But they actually have it where you got to check the person. They have sometimes you got to fucking scan their ID, and then sometimes I guess they can put their ID into the app, and then you just got to verify like it's that person. Man, they be having people trying to do some sketchy shit with that alcohol, bro. They be having people trying to do some sketchy fucking shit, and I'll be like, man, I don't care about what the fuck y'all do with that shit. Don't leave me the fuck out of it. Yeah, whatever y'all got going on doesn't look appropriate, but whatever. So, all right. It's time for me to call it a wrap. Going to bed, not taking a nap. Trill is a terrible person, just for the record. Man, 'cause they already be drunk. Motherfuckers be ways like, are they visibly intoxicated? Nah, but I can smell it. They don't say that on the thing. What's going on right now? I'm getting a bunch of fucking notifications. That's probably for that same shit. What the hell is this? Hell fucking no. Uh-uh. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I fucks with y'all. I enjoy chopping it up with y'all. Shout out to Quez. Shout out to Joe for the calls. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm out here. I'm stretching and shit. It is late. I'm a barbecue this weekend. I'm a barbecue this weekend. I ain't barbecued in a while. Since probably early summertime. So, with that being said, yeah, we're the real Maria G wasn't in here tonight. She figured out the Discord. Shit, old lady better be asleep. She probably in there watching. She can start watching them damn investigative description. She watched that shit about the little Mexican kid in California. I forgot his name. That shit was fucked up, bro. That story was fucked up, dog. Like, everybody failed that little kid. Like, the system failed that little kid. His parents, family, everybody failed that little kid. They was beating that little nigga up and putting him in a box, bro. Dog, that shit was crazy. Oh, man. What? Oh, you talking about, what's his name? Billy Porter. Magic. Magic. Dog. Right, it's kind of like Where's Waldo. Where's Waldo? They'll take a golf. You got to figure out the rest of it. Man, it's on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix, and it's like it's not. It's an older story, so it's not something new. But it was like it was fucked up. He ended up dying. I think it was like a nationwide story, right? And oh yeah, I'm gonna say shout out to all the Patreon supporters. I appreciate each of you. And I haven't set it up yet, but I'm going to have the probably tomorrow. I have the Patreon merch clubs. I make way better shirts for the dinner related shirts than I do for the sauce. But I got some good sauce ideas I haven't implemented yet. But I gotta do this fucking TikTok. Nah, but this there was the dude. Remember y'all don't remember like the kid? He was like, I think he was like 8 or 9 years old, but he was on like 40 or 50 pounds. They found him like in the closet. He was like, they found like cat litter in his system. Yeah, that's the one, Gabriel. That's the one, man. That shit was, man, it was fucked up. It was super fucked up. Like, that shit was super fucked up, bro. Ain't nobody listening to you, Trill. Yeah, it was a fucked up ass story. But yeah, it's bad time. Right? Fucks with y'all. I don't know what to tell you about that one. I don't know what to tell you that one, Broderick. I'll make you a deal, Broderick. Cause I know you got the information. I know you got the information I'm looking for. uh, um, oh, that's a whole different story. We haven't talked to you about that, Mr. Culture? No, that's I thought anyway. You give me the information on the person I'm looking for, Broderick. I'm saying, well, damn, I thought we was cool, man. I thought we was here. You know what I'm saying? But yes, salute. But yeah, there has been absolutely no beef in the Discord. No, Rashid. I don't think there's been an argument since. Anywho, you give me the information I need, Project, and maybe, just maybe, because there was all the niggas been in the damn sauce Discord, and then nobody wants to talk to Broderick because Broderick. This is what I be talking about right here. Niggas. You know what I'm saying? Terrible. I'm actually upset about all of that except for Project. I don't care about your time at Project out. That means nothing. We'll just have a mod chat and we'll just sit here and talk about Trill. And all the Trill is going on a rampage, trying to shut the den down, trying to close the den down. So he's going to time everybody out. But see, this doesn't do anything but already reinforce the belief. This is just going to reinforce the belief that everybody already believes, which is Trill is the blocker. So this is the proof that y'all need right there. Oh shit. Oh, knew it. See, you just got to give them time to expose themselves. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But it is definitely time for me to, yeah, that's all you had to say, Trill. I'm going to put the member only chat on. But, fucks with y'all. Rock with y'all, then, folks. Tomorrow, same den time, same den channel. And I'm gonna go catch some sleep. Go trip over Scotty. Go snore for a little bit. And the Supreme Court upheld the abortion ban. As they should. I mean, shit. If they don't like it, tell them get out of Texas. So, anywho, good night. Is this African? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to bed, y'all. I got some shit I got to sell in the morning. Apparently, there. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You might have multiple accounts. You can't stop the Jaja. All right, I'm going to bed. I'll post y'all. Good night. Go to sleep. All that good stuff. Adios. And been my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure. Except for that nigga Trill, because he's a terrible person. All right, I'm gone.